Good afternoon, everyone. This is TJ coming to you from chilly Seattle, hence this little jacket I'm wearing. I refuse to turn the heat on, and my wife hates me for it. But anyways, we're not here to talk about my wardrobe. We're here to talk about data. It's more specifically how awesome data is, but how sucky it is to manage data. So this morning I had a phone call with a client, and they were saying, TJ, I love your tools. I love that you have this smartphone app that works anywhere in the world, or I can upload a CSV. Getting data into your system's a breeze. And I really love that you guys design dashboards for us, but the turnaround time would be great if it was, instant instead of a couple of days or a week, depending on the dashboard. And I said, Mo, guess what? Your dreams are coming true because this week we're rolling out Auto Dashboard. Or I have a whole bunch of data and I don't have time to create a dashboard. Can standard code data just do it for me? Yes, we can. Okay, so here's the scenario. You have data. Maybe it's in a spreadsheet. Maybe you're collecting it from people in the field with our smartphone app. The data flows into our system. We do a bunch of things to clean it and organize it, structure it, turning it into a relational database. And it looks just like this. So it goes from this to this. Not particularly sexy, not particularly interesting. You can do cool stuff with it, but it is what it is. Now, as we mentioned, we create dashboards for people. But we do that on a custom basis, dashboard by dashboard. And we have clients who create their own dashboards, but they do that on a custom basis, dashboard by dashboard. So ideally, you would have data that looks like this that would come into a cool, snazzy dashboard that looks like this. Well, I have good news for you. With Auto Dashboard, you can now do that. Meet me over at Google Sheets to talk about data, and then we'll talk about standard data. Okay, we're going to be here in Google Sheets for like a hot second. But what we're looking at here is precipitation data, specifically data from the 24th of July of this year for a handful of locations all over the country for the amount of precipitation that they got in those areas on that date. This is part of our forthcoming project, the Precipitation Mapping Project. So this is a good data to kind of show you what our Auto Dashboard can do. So we have this data in a spreadsheet. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this data. We're going to come over to standard data to this project called Auto Dash. And before we upload the data, I'd like to point out that the data upload here, doodad, looks like the insignia from Star Trek. Nerd alert, love that show. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a data set. That precipitation data. So I click browse to upload, pick my CSV, and what do I want to call it? Let's just call it precipitation levels 2.0. Okay. I'm going to upload that data, but there's a lot of data, and it's about 30. That particular data set only had about 10. That was a snapshot. I had like 35,000 in this one data set because it's a good example of what this tool can do. So I'm going to upload that. I'll meet you back here in a few minutes when it's done uploading. Okay, the data's uploaded, and it is here, precipitation levels 2.0. You can see it's 33,158 records, which we actually have like 7 million records. We have precipitation data down to the zip code, and it's pretty cool, but more on that later. So if I click on this, you are taken to this screen, which shows you all the precipitation data. Again, we just showed you that screenshot, nothing new here. But wouldn't it be cool if we automatically generated a dashboard? I think you see where I'm going here. Now we have a View Data Snapshot. This is using our integration with Metabase. Now, Metabase is our default integration tool or analytical tool and data visualization tool. We love Metabase for a variety of reasons, which we've talked about ad nauseum. Won't talk about it again right now. But because we're integrated so tightly with Metabase, we're able to automatically generate a dashboard with the Metabase APIs and display that here in the browser. So you can see we didn't actually create this dashboard. Metabase did for us. And we did some basic customization to the dashboard through the APIs. But you can see we've got 33,158 records. Precipitation level over time. This is for all the records that I loaded. I even have a handy little map here that shows me precipitation levels all time for the data that I've uploaded. we're storing latitude and longitude data, and one of the optional maps is a pin map, but we have so much data it wasn't terribly useful. But if you have a smaller data set, it would be really cool. So one thing that's really nifty here is I can actually filter by state. So let me just say, let me pick Georgia, my old love of Georgia. And this is going to tell me that Georgia, we have 2,382 precipitation readings in Georgia for this time period, and that on July 20th, the state of Georgia got a lot of rain. You can tell here, there's a couple of other things you can look at, and it highlights this. But I can even drill down even further and say, show me a zip code. Okay. And we have 11 readings for this particular zip code. And you see the sum and the average for this particular reading. In this zip code, July 21st, they received 0.94 inches of rain. The average rain in that area was 0.47 because there's 11 different readings there. And you can drill down here. So the takeaway from all this is this dashboard was automatically generated, and it gives you a snapshot of the data you're collecting or the data you have. I think the really interesting thing here is taking the snapshot, we can customize this even further to really dive into your data and answer the questions you're trying to understand about your data. But this is a good starting point. It takes us from just tabular, boring, non-visual data to visual, more structured, searchable data that you can actually use. So hopefully you find the auto dash feature interesting. If you want to test it out, give us a call. I'd be happy to give you a free demo account to kick the tires and see how it all works. There's a number of features built into standard data beyond auto dashboard that are super helpful, like exporting data, searching data, automatically mapping data, that sort of thing. So give us a call. If you have any questions, always here to answer your questions. As always, please share this video with your friends, your neighbors, your mama, whomever you think might be interested in the auto dashboard feature. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.